Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are confronting a devastating case that has shaken the Toledo community to its core, the murder of 15-year-old Deasia Green. This story is not just about loss, it is about the monstrous actions of Joshua Coleman, the boy who took her life and has now pleaded guilty. Deasia's tragic death is a stark reminder of the pain and heartbreak that violence can inflict on families and communities. As we unpack the details of this horrific crime, we will reflect on the profound sorrow felt by Deasia's loved ones and the questions that linger in the wake of such senseless brutality. How could someone so young commit such an unspeakable act? Join us as we honor Deasia's memory and seek to understand the dark forces that led to this tragedy, while we remember the light she brought to those around her. Deasia Green was a vibrant freshman at Start High School. On New Year's Eve of 2022, she was last seen by her family. As the days passed, her absence grew more concerning. They planned to pick her up from a friend's house on January 3rd, but she was not there. Communication with her family dwindled, and by January 5th, she was reported missing. Despite being classified as a habitual runaway, her family felt this time was different. Detective Mike Kurjan noted that the family had an intuition that something was terribly wrong. After receiving alarming information suggesting that Deasia had been shot, police were led to the grim discovery of her body in an alley on January 9th. Deasia was found with a single gunshot wound to the head, a tragic end for a young girl with her whole life ahead of her. The community was shocked, and the questions began. How could this happen? Who would want to harm Deasia? 4 days after Deasia's body was discovered, Joshua Coleman was arrested. He had been one of the last people seen with her, and an eyewitness bravely identified him as the shooter. Coleman was just 16 at the time, and in September, he was indicted on adult charges. The case was officially bound over to adult court, marking a significant step toward justice for Deasia and her family. On the day of the plea hearing, Joshua Coleman stood silently as he pleaded guilty to murder. He was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison, with the possibility of parole after 15 years. This sentence sparked mixed emotions within the community and Deasia's family. Tiaria Hill, Deasia's mother, delivered a powerful victim impact statement in court, describing her daughter as a social butterfly. Through tears, she expressed her devastation, asking the haunting questions. Why would Joshua do this? What did she do to deserve that?
Why would Joshua do this to her? She didn't deserve it. She was a social butterfly. She didn't deserve it.
While Coleman faces a long sentence, Tiaria has lost her daughter forever. This tragedy is even more twisted considering Deasia's family history. Her father, DeAndre Green, was murdered in 2010, leaving a legacy of unresolved grief. His case remains unsolved, a painful reminder of the violence that has touched this family. The community has been left to grapple with the loss of 2 young lives to gun violence, within a decade of each other. In the wake of Deasia's death, the Toledo community has come together, calling for change and justice. Residents have held vigils, seeking to honor Deasia's memory and raise awareness about the impact of gun violence, especially on young lives. The bravery of the eyewitness who stepped forward has also been highlighted, showing that community support and courage can play a vital role in seeking justice. This tragic case of Deasia Green serves as a strong reminder of the fragility of life and the impact of violence in our communities. It is essential that we not only seek justice for those we have lost but also work towards preventing such tragedies in the future. Thank you for watching Crash Out TV. If you found this story compelling, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us continue this conversation about justice, community, and the need for change. Until next time, stay safe and be kind to one another.